he was going to close up on him, didn't Mike? I mean, really nice job there by the back. Patient and quickness, kind of all at the same time, and find that hole. And he's able to get through to keep his drop.
That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for the final play in this opening quarter. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's taken in. It gains up. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. They come up now on 3rd down and 4 to go. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Gets the ground. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are slipping the ball and overcoming it. So, throwing the ball downfield, recovering the ball, winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 6. Back to the gun, here's Allen. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page for his time. That's incomplete. Reed Crook, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go with Crook.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, like based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
Here we go. 4th down, it's Allen. And he's going to have the Bills' first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive. 2 minutes to go here. Till halftime. We're back to Seattle after this. They'll go up here. 1st and 10. From the gun. Throw here for Allen. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around. But it falls incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here, we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. And he's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Allen to throw on 3rd and long. And that's going to be intercepted by Curry Poole. Into space. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Seattle.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy.
Channels out.
Channels out. Channels out.
From From the picturesque Pacific Northwest and the city of Seattle, welcome inside Lumen Field, where all the 12s make it at home for the Seahawks. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. Jason Myers. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers as a set to get started. Off we go from Lumen Field. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Goff will open up with a throw.
Oh, sir, too much time on the ball. Can't let you do that.
Leonard Williams in there for the sack. Loss of 10 yards to start this drive. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. The Lions call their first time out, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Off the play fake, here's Goff. Intercepted on the second play of the game. And that is pulled in by the defense in the end zone. How about that? That's as easy a pick six as you'll ever get. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over. We now got to get the ball back and establish it.
Jason Myers. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Here comes a return from the 5. 20 to knock him down before the 25. That's what the offense will take over.
You listen to me?
When you're so worried about protecting the sticks,
Yeah, let's go.
most of them throw the ball underneath. But then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. They weren't able to do it before he gets to the line to gain.
Oh, I must have lied. He did. Okay.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get
Oh, he missed the field goal.
unfortunate defensive breakdown here, ends up costing him 6 wins.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This field in and helping out. He's across the 20, taking down just shy of the 25. Throwing to open it up is Darnold. Quickly to the corner, Jackson, Smith, and Diggs. That keeps him ahead of schedule. It's a first down completion of 7 yards. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. A one-point affair, 7-6 is the score. Bringing it back to the Great Northwest. In a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. They've got it. Second down and 2. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
11 yards for number 11. And a first down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to. And certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
They run up the middle. It's welcome. Across midfield and on the opposing 46-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. First and 10 at the 46-yard line. To throw is Darnold. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down. It's second down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Left side. Jackson, Smith, and Diggs, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, like you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Damn it, almost hurt.
It's no good. And they'll remain out front.
At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers.
We're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And we're off from Acrisure. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And this drive will start inside the 25. All right, let's get this one on the roadblock. It is 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. He's always had it worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
I think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. It needs some shuffle around here in the playbook. Aggressive call on second.
And a gun. Here's Darnold. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Cooper Cup, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on to a well-placed hit like that one.
Throwing is Darnold on 3rd down. Completing on the middle. And he's tackled for the 1st down yardage.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, and there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Walker on 1st down. And I don't think he got beyond the line now. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick, they're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Darnold. And again, an interception is dropped. Flipped a whole lot of the last one. And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
Man, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he could do it right there.
3rd and long, he's going to throw. He's got championship for the catch. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The Steelers calling their 1st time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
That's a statement there, right there. A statement where the opposing defense know with not just this defense better respond.
Give up the gut to Walker.
Sit down.
Second and 11. Man, such as some quarterbacks right here that have short memories. You tell me this defenses need them sometimes well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, break up that chance rate, but try to knock them backwards.
Collins, Cooper Cup makes the play. And they're going to bring it down to the 36. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Running is Walker. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Job one, so many knee tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. And the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Steelers bringing pressure. No place to go. Down he goes. And they come through with a sack to bring around 3rd down.
Well, the first half of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. You're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
3rd and long for him here. Taking a deep shot here. Receive isn't going to be answered. That's incomplete as an exciting look ends our 1st quarter. Through 1 quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. You're going for it here. They'll try to throw. It's Darnold. No good.
Hey, hey.
Lengthy drive effort. Nothing but turnover on downs.
You know, kid, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And across the 50 and start pushing on the opposing side of the field. Bringing around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I'd like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
On 2nd down, Warren. He takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 6 and 1st down as well.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is equivalent of a run of 15 plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Sidelines for you. Puts it down to the 37. To the ground by Nick Imanwari.
That's not a big completion on the stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Warren here from the gun. And this is pushing it for game 5. Big Mafe bringing that field to a halt. Goes in the hurry up here. It's Warren on 3rd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. And we are still scoreless in this one as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Acrisure Stadium in just a moment. Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Looking out of the gun, here's Rodgers. Close to the 8. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done rock shoot, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal. Warren just knocked it in. Here's Bush's stop. Short of that goal line. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run.
Over here.
Back to Warren. And he can't punch it in. Defense punches back, sticks it at the 2. Those are the hurry-up offense here.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Looking for a little Warren. He's in for the touchdown. The Steelers get some late points in the lead. A very run-heavy approach to this one thus far. Hard to argue with the results as they start out with a touchdown, Rob.
Yeah, but even in the passing league, Kate, it's how a lot of teams like to start, right? Everybody loves to think of winning the line of scrimmage. Why? Well, it sets up play action. It makes your protections a little bit easier. Win the line of scrimmage in this league, you have to win the game.
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Derinkian to return this. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. First call here coming for the shotgun. Now Darnold. Carter with the grab. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. It's incomplete to Kevin Walker. And they're going to bring it down just on the other side of midfield. 5 to 6 seconds left. We've got a timeout.
And the Seahawks, let's go. A gain of 16 yards. And the Seahawks.
So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And they're trying to will it further, but it just doesn't have the muster. This one falls short. And the deficit stays at 7.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60 plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out.
Everything clean. Get right.
Off to the action. Here's Rodgers. This is a key here going deep. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Love. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he kicks it on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room, on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of the second half.
No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Darnold. Finds it over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Seahawks the first. Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba right side. And he's going to have this one down to the 28. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. We had it for a moment, but great defensive play. Jordan Lewis incomplete. He arrived at the ball did to break things up. And now it's 2nd down. And again, it's Darnold. Finds the end route complete. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The Steelers on their first time out. As that leaves with just 2 to use the rest of the way.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way possession and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Walker running to the right. They take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks start the second half with some needed points. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone game, we not always think get touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, that puts 6 on the board for the offense.
On the return, here's Gainwell. Shoots away from him. He's stopped him on back to the 27. Rodgers off the play action. He's caught on Marcelo. This one looks good out of it, and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darryl Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time every field.
He makes the grab downfield. And they keep moving forward, brought down inside the opposing 30. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams doing this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for short yardage. Sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Tight end going in motion here. First down. Here's Rodgers. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Good offenses, good play callers. They ought to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them to go out in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Going again here, it's Rodgers. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
He's brought down after a solid game on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. So they'll have some time to prepare for third and goal. We're at the end of our third quarter. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for third and goal. They send a man in motion. From the gun, gives a Gainwell. Making sure to make a pass there, and defense all over this run, and it's going to be fourth and goal.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, Kate, two sides charging each other, and they meet right at that line. They didn't have to drive backward, All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
He's back to throw. And he's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers make a 9-point advantage. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
How about this offense? Encouraging the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on fourth and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game. First and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He's brought down as the drive starts out the 4-yard gain. Offense in the green here. Here's Donald. Short pass brought in. And he has him hanging in midfield, so he's about a yard short. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Going on first, here's Donald. That's caught where Shizagi makes the play. And they make the tackle at the 38. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First and 10, Donald. And then the hands of his running back, Walker. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window, where all options are now available to you on second and that playbook.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Seahawks gotta score in a hurry. Offensive line, this is second and 4. From the gun, Donald. He has room past the 25. And they hold him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Sticking in the air here. That one was incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it's going to be second down. Donald now to throw. Has it at the 7. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks make it a 4-point game here in the 4th.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. The route check, skip catch, quickly become a runner check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
They should put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. Field goal to tie this game in the 4th. Only set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Johnson now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Now start the drive with Warren. They'll take this after 7. We got second and 3 now.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
They're going to pass it here. They just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. How can you watch your counterpart score a touchdown? Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Counterplay here, Warren. 48. Here we go. First down. There's a dive up the middle. It's going to be a win for the Steelers. He gets him the first and on this clock down.
They don't think for a second this is time to step off the gas. You can feel the stiffness right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to push the envelope and get aggressive.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Sign quarterback in the wheel. To make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us?
All of us.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it will be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. Their meeting at Super Bowl 49 was thrilling. What's in store here? The Pats and Seahawks are underway. The 25 to the 27. So on fourth down, here's Bryce Baringer on to punt for the Patriots. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And that one hits at the 7, but bounces into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Looking to put a drive together. Faking the give. Darnold on the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's taking down Caleb Von Chainsaw, the former first rounder, in there to get the sack. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the game. And
third and long. They'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get it.
That's absolutely part of this defense. They made a mission to deny that completion, and it came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
There he goes, right side. The right end, touchdown, New England. Julian Wilson, 66 yards. And the Patriots are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Will Gallis back out to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there, call it the 26. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better. This is taken in. It's complete. And brought down back before reaching the 45-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of the yard.
Granted, we could see that play develop, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys may be able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time. He's going to lead to 3rd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Here's Darnold. Open day right side is caught complete. And he's going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now a run here off the RPO. They keep it. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Walker. He is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Here's Walker. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. May going to give it to Henderson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken out of the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They're going to throw. May. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for the Patriots. First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Seahawks 48-yard line.
To the air, May. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the shotgun, May with it. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4.
A gain of 7.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up. It's 7. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go. It's Henderson. And he won't get there. They'll start a few yards short of the line of game. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with their motivated groups. Remember the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time they looked at repeat that Chargers defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll get this one to count complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's got Smith and Jigba. And touchdown Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 43 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on fourth down, so I imagine the good starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need a win now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill from camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On first down, it's Henderson.
Exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run. Right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and finally, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. It's still open for the coordinator.
Here comes third down and 7.
Brings up third down and 7.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Here's a diving catch right side. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
39-yard line.
To throw is made. And now he finds Henderson complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive to making plays.
Well, he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now here's the timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Andy Oregon is on for the field goal. A 49-yard attempt.
And he missed it. That wasn't even far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for him, all things considered. And this can serve as the capital. It's a missed field goal with late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. So we hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as we get this to about the
I like that hair right there better. I like that better. Oh, it's crochet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the difference in that hair. Some of them is crochet and some of them not. And remember I told y'all, I said, that's how I'm growing my edge back. When they're styles, that natural until it lasts like 3 months.
Oh, okay.
It always lasts like 3. I got the human hair, but I'm trying to, it's so short that she got to keep adding it to get to my end hair.
Yeah.
So I could be done if she just go ahead, go about business. It's 2 hours. But if she got to keep adding, feeding on and feeding on.
Their color gonna be so pretty though.
She say, Vicky, you got a lot of feeding. It was so funny. She said, oh, you got a lot of feeding.
3. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
God.
Touchdown, Seattle.
Good shit.
77 yards. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it, took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers, or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Gonzalez. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call it down at the 44. The pass at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you to bigger errors.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll throw with May.
What? Whatever.
That one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now fourth down, honors the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he's looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That's scoops all the way to the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they're trying to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Darnold. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that's intercepted. So a potential momentum shifter there. Working with a 2-score lead, third quarter. But that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this completes a Henry over the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Play action. Made. And his throw is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes not get away.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is sort of what you call a put-away drive, isn't it? And they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, you just get that feel. Martin Williams. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17. Here is third and quite a ways. A play fake, and it's Darnold.
Same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He'll try to do it himself. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A real head-scratcher there. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. Henderson. Broken tackle. That's a nice move. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Right back to Henderson on first down. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter. Second and 10. From the gun, it's made. And pass completed. Here's Boots on the river. Now even with a third and 2 coming up, they got 8 yards there.
As a deal, brings up third and 2.
They'll try to run for it with Henderson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
3 yards. That's good for the Patriots. First down.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. How about corner Kobe Bryant coming in to make the sack?
And goal.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
On fourth down, out comes Andres Borregales for the Patriot field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is indeed good. And that gets into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So that gets him a little closer, but clearly field goals are not going to be enough to win this game, at least not this deep into it.
Yeah, agreed if this was the second quarter. But since we're in the fourth, still 2 scores down, the question would be, did the field goal do much for you? We have to admit, from the time we've been calling these games, how fast we've seen teams play, there's still a possibility that Madden moves it up. Yes, it does.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Back to throw, Darnold. Now it's up, it's a run. And this one too low.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
This is 3rd and 10. They'll try to do this himself. And that is incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee you, Clyde told him, you don't want to start coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He finds Smith and Jigba. And he's taken down, but able to strip across the 35. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. It's 2nd down.
And wonder to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Darnold. It's caught. Moving over at the 35. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's simply been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as a long 1st down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they start in behind the line.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now it's Darnold. As he throws there, incomplete.
I think they want to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy. Unable to get that play completed.
Checked out, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Darnold. It is intercepted at the goal line. And the Patriots are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Here's May. Throwing a traffic there, that's complete. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
And the Patriots 1st down.
From the shotgun, it's May. He finds Dallas complete. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here comes 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
They're going to throw. May. The middle in the traffic, and that's complete. Well, the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the
From the shotgun, May with it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there. That's 2nd down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To the air, May. On the RPO to keep it safe. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
May looking to run. He had a man open, but missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's pretty difficult to summon up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys are struggling to put points on the ball all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. They'll try and throw forward May.
And they hit him as he throws as this was going to go straight down the turf. Incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Darnold down to throw. Going up top for Cobb. It's going to be incomplete. So the victory here for Seattle. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time.
One hand on his queen, on the freak. He probably thought they wouldn't meet. Shawty seen everything, and you know she got a beat. Cause her side ain't in the streets. She ain't the one to play with you. Her DMs, they be silent like base hitters. Them other fellas, they been seeing her work. You say you want an angel, then give her heaven on earth. I respect your relationship. I don't care if you don't. But I think you're better than me. And I won't tell if you don't. A dog gon' be a dog. But a gon' be more clever. Oh, a dog gon' be a dog. But a gon' be more clever. Yeah. If I get the dog, then a girl do it better. If I get the dog, you know a girl do it better. I'm not having good dog. 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 She see it all, even if it's big or small. Do you know where your girl is? But she not at home with ya. Cause the last time I checked, she in Vegas. And Summer Lee with baller, she flagrant.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore of Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The kicker Chris Boswell has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40. He's out at the 32. Great return.
When you spend more time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasize that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time we think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
First carry for the University. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. We get a couple, and that's it.
Any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. That was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing is Williams. He's got the Michigan man posted rubbing. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A Chicago first down there on a
Help me. Get her off the phone. She talking too much. That won't answer for her.
gain of 11. They'll run right here with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to second and 15. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's to look for the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. That one good for 20 and a catch and run. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think
Ties on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Here's Swift. And this time they were waiting for it. He's going to be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And we'll change things around before he snaps. Looking to throw is Williams.
To reverse.
And the Steelers are going to take over.
Let's look at the ball. Right?
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes on. I give him a lot of respect across the field for that one. No, he'll be back the very next series.
So giving 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now run straight up the middle. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Give him 40 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big play that time on a catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Rodgers going to shift him around. Hand off the run. And he's throwing up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Rodgers going to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before bearing out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get it back here just past the 35. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. So let them break away and take control of this game.
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Williams. A short throw there, that's to Smith, the tight end. We'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Play action, now Williams. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 on the first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson and ended up running for a first down himself.
That's over the middle and caught by a rookie. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Working out of the gun, Williams. Pass caught by Burton. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run here with Smith. Good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Line of scrimmage to the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looks like they'll move things around here. To throw, Williams. Now we'll tuck this and run. Williams loses the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Here's Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To the air, Williams. That's complete right side of the and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
He certainly did a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. As a stopper with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Swift. Let's score. Touchdown, Chicago.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
A great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of the second quarter. Santos for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if he'll take one shot at this. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this offense going to like to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And this is going to miss left. I don't think it even got there either. It's no good either way, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you got a chance to at least get on the board, and that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. Steeler offense here, about ready for their next drive. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. As if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trail by. I think they sent a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline. They drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
4-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The slot man in motion right. There's a fake on the jet sweep and a play action now for Rodgers. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here as they go out to the 43-yard line.
That has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Pretty good burst there as Davis across midfield and down to the 46. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Williams looking to do it himself. And this is incomplete. Looked like he had a pretty good line on that really big play. But he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself, you don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's off the ground. A surprise to all.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on 2nd and 10. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give you unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they're throwing the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
On play action, now Rodgers. Pressure, and he's taken down. The Bears sack. Montez Sweat, good man that time to fight in and drop it. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On the give is Warren. And nothing doing here as this time around maybe gets it back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on standing with double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the 2nd level.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. And they're throwing the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Steelers' 1st down. And that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs. Rodgers changing the play, it appears. Now run to Warren. And give it a count up the middle, 3 yards on the 2nd down. Now an auto here into something else.
You're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now we have something to build on and a chance to knock them back.
Oswald good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical in the second half. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Pass complete to Edmund. And he's going to lose yardage here. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty. And the play action here with Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Look, a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Pass taken in. Nice big tight end. And all the way down to the 26. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Here's a toss play right to Swift. Slipped one tackle and no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Looking to throw. Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get this in the hands of Adunze. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Rome Adunze. 29 yards. And the Bears answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Now the point after try for Santos. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And now how about this return? And a good return here down across the 35 to the 36. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Time will come. And he went nowhere. He went backwards, back to the 33. Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play. They'll run it, rolling. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
Kudos to the offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. They could not hang on. A pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game. But it winds up incomplete.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Swift going to draw up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
As usual, the hallmark to a good run defense. Linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Taking in by Duze. And giving 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 and the 34. From the gun, here's Williams. And it will be incomplete. And the other day they told us when we got 3rd and 5 or less, you have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. But things just got interesting. They tried for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up. Well, they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain.
And now let's shift things around.
At the 42-yard line.
Back to throw. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drink ball over the passing lane.
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Now Rodgers. Well, that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him and forced that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Rodgers. Gotta have this one. They had to force it down. 4th down, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears have just about sewn up this football game. 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We've got to have 2 hands on the football. Here is a wild 1st down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. As a stopper with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they do is take a knee, the game is over. The Giants ran one more time, ball caught free.
excellent field position. This is 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away from the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And remember now, field goal does you no good. This is touchdown or bust territory. So they took a late shot from the end zone, but the defense, as they've been all game long, up to the task.
Rodgers to throw. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete.
I think we're both wondering if we're going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly when it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
This one deep for Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to the lead. Full CD for the losing side. They had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late. And they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.